All right, lesson 20 is we're still talking about this graph of a linear equation where it says every line is a graph of a linear equation. So before we've been given the linear equations and we were practicing graphing them. Now we're going to be given the graph and we have to write the equation. And we're going to write it in a couple different forms. So let's just go back to our basic form of a linear equation. And that's slope-intercept form. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on y equals mx plus b. All right, you need two things to write an equation. You need a slope and you need a y-intercept. So when we're given a graph, such as this one here, we need to find the slope and the y-intercept because then we can write the equation. So my slope, again, pick any 2 points on the graph. So I don't know, maybe right here to right here. I'm going to rise. I'm going to try to draw a good line here. Maybe not. I'm going to rise 1, 2, and I'm going to run 1, 2, 3. So remember, our rise over run is I'm rising 2, I'm running 3. And then we need our y-intercept. Now, find your y-axis. Where is your line hitting your y-axis? And it's right here at the point 0, -3. So our y is -3. It's intercepting the y-axis at -3. So what I want you to realize is that slope right here is our m, and this -3 right here is our b. So if we can find these two things, we can write an equation. So if we have y equals mx plus b, we have y equals, replace our m, 2/3 times x plus, replace our b, -3. Or you could write this as y equals 2/3 times x minus 3. Because again, subtracting 3 is the same thing as adding -3. These two things here are equations of this linear equation. These two things here are equations that represent this graph, because this line right here represents all the solutions to this. So in this lesson, we are going to be given a graph and we're going to have to write an equation from it. Let's try another one. So in this case, first thing I'm going to notice about this graph is that it's declining from left to right. Now remember, I said we need two things. Oops. Okay, we need a slope and a y-intercept. Do not tell me the slope is negative. That is not it. Yes, it is negative, but the slope is a number describing the steepness of a line. Negative doesn't tell me the steepness of a line. It might tell me that it's declining, but that's not the slope. It's describing the slope. Just wanted to point that out because some of you, I know we're struggling with that a little bit, as I'm struggling to erase that dot. Okay, so our slope, remember, this is our m. It is our rise over run. So pick 2 points on the graph. Don't pick this one. We can't count there. Look for where they cross the grid lines like this does here. And maybe, let's go further out. Let's go down here. Okay, so I'm rising 2. I'm going down 2. I'm running, so to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you should always write these. This is a ratio of rise to run. We should always write those in simplest form. So I can rewrite that as a -1/4. This is why it doesn't matter. Let's say you would have picked this point right here. Sorry, we went over 8. I could have rose 1 and gone over 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's why it doesn't matter. It always will reduce the same ratio. So my slope is a -1/4. My y-intercept, remember, in our equation is my b. Where is it hitting my y-axis? Well, it's intercepting it right here at the point 0, 2. So my y-intercept is 2. Then all you have to do is plug that into our slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. We have to fill in the m and the b. So I can say that this is y equals my m, my slope, which is a negative 1/4, times my x plus my b, which is 2. And we just wrote an equation for a line. So anytime you write an equation for a line, you need two things. You need a slope and you need a y-intercept. If you have those two things, you can write this in slope-intercept form. What we're going to learn next is how to take this and put it in standard form.